anytime I see something in italics, my brain is already kind of bracing for maybe a harder question. That might be wrong to do that, but it is how my brain works. Is we're talking about science and something new is coming out. So who cares? Let's just take a look. I'm definitely not going to pronounce these names. So these people have identified a new carnivorous plant species in Indonesia. Like other carnivorous plants, this thing has pitfall traps or pitchers that capture prey. But unlike others, the pitchers of this thing are located underground. So underground matters. I know it's going to matter because the butt is telling me that, right? These are the exact same as all these other plants, except for this one thing. That's the thing that the passage is about. The researchers unearthed the new species on fairly dry ridges with surfaces that host few other plants and animals. Therefore, the researchers hypothesize that this species likely, I don't know, it's going to be about why it's underground. I don't know anything more than that, so let's just focus on that. A represents one of many undiscovered carnivorous plant species in the region. No, I don't care about other plants. One of many is a quantifier. It has nothing to do with it being underground. This is just wrong. B, it formed pitchers early in development to absorb more moisture. Okay, it does say they're dry ridges, so maybe I'll keep this. But it doesn't say anything about it being underground, right? Like the butt tells me that underground thing is what really matters. So am I supposed to, is it in there in some sort of hidden way? I don't know. Let's not think about it quite yet. Let's look at the other choices. C is buried by nearby animals as they forage along the ridges for food. Well, okay, that if they're buried, that's why it's underground. But why would it be buried? What does that have to do with it, right? So all the other plants are above the ground. This one's underground. And it hosts few other plants and animals. So why are the animals burying it? Like, this just seems random. I don't know anything about this ecosystem to know what's going on here. So even though it is talking about it being underground, it just seems really weird. Like, I don't know how to connect that back to what they're saying about the plant. D, they evolved to have underground traps to access more prey than would surface traps. Okay, so remember, yes, first of all, it's talking about underground, right? Check. But also, this passage was around that but word, was really trying to compare this particular unique underground pitcher plant to all the others that have surface pitchers, right? So I love that this is also a comparison choice because the passage is a comparison. It's making a big deal about why this one is different. This one is kind of explaining that difference. Why did this one move underground? Because that's where the stuff is, because they live on dry ridges with few other plants and animals. So they're going to be able to get more stuff if they're underground, I guess, right? Like that at least explanation. I don't have any scientific proof that that's right, but it follows from what they said. So no reason to go back to B. If you were between B and D, and you picked B, you don't get the game you're playing, is really what this comes down to, right? You don't know of all these little details that are in the passage, which ones matter. And that's why I've been saying a lot lately that the most important word in any passage is but. If you see a but, pay attention to what comes after it. It probably matters. And so they're really hitting that underground idea. Between B and D, which one is hitting the underground idea? Choice D for sure. Yes, we can make a connection with B and the moisture thing, but that's not what the passage is emphasizing. So any work that we do to emphasize it is just us making assumptions. So we want to avoid that. D is a much easier choice to connect back to the passage. And you always want to go with the laziest, easiest path back to the passage.